Let's proceed the chapter towards the sentence. But before we start studying sentences, we should go through the exercise number one, which is about phrases and clauses. So identify and write which of the following are phrases and which are clauses. One has been done for you. And we had come to know that phrases are the group of words that have sense but not in complete form, and clauses are also group of words that have incomplete sense but they have subjects and their predicates. So number one is down the road. It is a phrase because it does not have any subject or predicate. Number two is a swollen dog. It is also a phrase. Number three, although they were late. This is a clause because it contains a subject and predicate. Number four, between the lake and the forest. It is a phrase. Number five, when the rain begins. It is a clause because it contains a subject and predicate. Number six, the funny monkey. It is also a phrase. Number seven, because it looks pretty. It is a clause. Number eight, in the garden. It is a phrase. Now we move towards sentences. A group of words which makes complete sense. Remember, sense in complete form is called a sentence. Now, kinds of sentences are four. Number one, declarative sentence. Number two, interrogative sentence. Number three, imperative sentence. And number four, exclamatory sentence. So firstly, declarative sentences, those which make statements, the only one word statements, or we can say the sentences that are used in general talk or daily uses English. They are called declarative sentence. For example, the book was on the table. Lennis plays tennis every day. A statement can be negative also, as I am not hungry. They do not go to school. In this sentence, we are making a deny. We are making a denial. Negation we can see in these sentences, so they are called negative statements. Now, imperative sentences, those which express commands, requests, or entreaties. Commands means to instruct someone, to order someone. Request means to urge very humbly, or entreaties means to plead, to pray. So when we make these kind of expression, they are called imperative sentences. For example, be quiet. Number two, have mercy upon us. In the sentence number one, be quiet means we are ordering someone, we are commanding someone, and in the sentence number two, have mercy upon us, we are making pray to the Almighty. Exclamatory sentence, those which express strong feelings, sudden expression, as how cold the night is. We are making a strong expression, how cold the night is, कितनी ठंडी रात है. What a shame. What a shame. This is again a strong feeling. So they are called exclamatory sentence. Number four, interrogative sentence. Those which ask questions, they are called interrogative sentences. Number one is here, where do you live? Number two, have you ever seen the Qutub Minar? We are making queries, we are making questions, so they are called interrogative sentence. Now, exercise number two. In this exercise, we have to put the punctuation marks accordingly. Number one, open the book at page 21. We have to put a full stop to complete this sentence, just a full stop. Number two, how hot it is. This is not a question. In this sentence, we are making a sudden expression, so this is an exclamatory sentence, so we will put a sign of exclamation in number two. Number three, have you ever heard about Kumbhakarna? This is a question, so we will put a sign of question or question mark. Number four, turn the TV down. A very good sentence. Turn the TV down. This is a declarative sentence. So this is an imperative sentence, so we will put a full stop after the word down. Number five, what channel is the program on? This is a question, so Sign of question or interrogative mark. Sign of interrogation. Number 6. The moon goes round the earth. It is a merely sentence. An example only. The moon goes round this earth. A full stop. Number 7. What a lovely garden. Sign of exclamation. Number 8. Read the instruction carefully. Full stop. Number 9. Can you lend me your book? Question mark. Number 10. I got the information about the from the internet. Full stop. Number 11. There is a phone message for you. A full stop. Again. Last but not the least. Number 12. How useful the computer is. Sign of exclamation. Now exercise 3. Form the questions from for the given sentences by using the correct question words. For example, I live in Raipur. So the question was, where do you live? Number 2, I will meet you soon. So we can ask a question like, when will you meet me? Number 3, I bought a gift to my I bought a gift for my brother. The question can be framed as, what did you buy for your brother? Number 4, the dog broke the vase on the side table. For this sentence, we can make a question like, what did the dog break on the side table? Number 5, what name? My name is Sudhanshu. What is your name? Number 6, I studied in Paris. I studied in Paris. Where did you study? So now, question takes. Read the following sentences. You like mangoes, don't you? Number 2, they are not tired, are they? In these two sentences, we are observing that if the first part of the sentence is positive, the question tag is in negative form. And if the first part of the sentence is in negative form, the question tag is in positive form. So the above statements are followed by a question at the end in italics. They are called question tags. If a sentence is positive, then the question tag is always negative. Similarly, for a negative sentence, a positive question tag is used. A comma is used to separate the statement and the question tag. Remember that we have to put a comma between statement and the question tag. Definition of a question tag. It is a grammatical structure in which a declarative or an imperative statement is turned into interrogative fragment, the tag. Note, look at the sentences below. When you say I'm right, the question tag will be aren't I? It is correct according to grammar. If you say I'm right, amn't I? It would be incorrect according to grammar. So we have to remember that we have to use aren't I instead of amn't I. Exercise 4. It is not raining. The answer is it? Mira was laughing, wasn't she? Number 3. They will go to the park, won't they? Number 4. He is very friendly, isn't he? Number 5. We cannot go to the mosque, can we? Number 6. She is not scared of the dog, is she? Number 7. I am a smart student, aren't I? Number 8. You are not a lazy boy, are you? So this was the first chapter about phrase, clause and sentence.